All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. It's been a nice long day once again for the second day in a row. I've spent it glued to the screen staring at the markets. It's not fun. I did kind of miss it. So this is a beast of my own doing. But I'm just taking this opportunity of a quarantine to keep myself busy. Trying to boost up my retirement account with some gains. And if I do continue to trade in the future, it's definitely going to be way more scaled back. All right, let's go to screen share. I will do my best not to make this too long. Wait, what am I sharing? Sharing this. All right, I'm going to see how this monitor works. I'm sharing a different monitor with you guys. So I'm hoping that the resolution still works just fine. And setting, that's fine. And video is fine. Okay. All right. Looks like everything is good. And I actually don't know how many live viewers we have, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to make this full screen then. There we go. We're at 200 live viewers. That means I need this. I'm going to slide this over. Just setting everything up. One of these days, I'll be more efficient. Not yet. All right. As talked about this morning, the House released its own the Fiscal Services Committee of the House released its own bill, and the bill was a little crazy. They want to basically nationalize the banking sector. They want to eliminate the banks. They want to have basically a government monopoly on all money without even private banks. Right now, you have private banks under a shit ton of regulation. So you may think that you have a government takeover of the banking system, but you don't. But under this system, there's really no need for banks. The Federal Reserve becomes the lender of last resort for everyone. People, companies, everything is the Fed. It's basically a way to create a single bank in all of America to just have the Fed. This is the communist model of banking. Let's see if the Democrats can pull it off. I'm sure if Bernie Sanders gets elected president, they will pull this off, and it's one step closer to communism, which is great. Go for it, guys. Look, I'm not happy with the current U.S. banking system, but at least there is an element of private companies there. This has no element of anything private. It's basically under the control of the Federal Reserve. And though you may think that the Federal Reserve is private, it is not. There's profits from the Federal Reserve going to some private companies, and maybe, the names you all love, like maybe Rockefellers or who the hell knows, the conspiracy families. Sure, they are potentially and probably profiting from the Federal Reserve because it's kind of private, but not really. They're all public employees at the Federal Reserve. The chairman of the Federal Reserve gets elected by the president, and it's a public institution. And they're going to be the only ones responsible for your money, according to this bill. So, all right, fine. Hey, the sooner they eliminate cash, the sooner Bitcoin can go to infinity. So I'm all for it. Please socialize and nationalize the entire banking system so that more and more people will be buying Bitcoin. Okay. Next, hey guys, if you want to support, please subscribe. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. For the next couple of weeks, I'll probably be doing a morning video. I'm going to bed early. It's not like I have anywhere to go. I'm stuck at home. So I'm going to bed early. I'm waking up early. I'm doing a video before market opens. I'm doing a video after market closes. I am trading the stock market during the day, not Bitcoin. I didn't look at Bitcoin once. I couldn't care what the price of Bitcoin was today. I was enjoying trading options on the traditional markets. Thank you, Tone. I secured 20 pounds of beef liver. Excellent. It probably cost you around $50, and you can now feed yourself and your family for a few months on 20 pounds of beef liver, and you will all be very, very healthy when it's all said and done. Good job, Julio. And it's very tasty. I love the taste of liver. One of my favorite things to eat. All right. Speaking of trading traditional markets, before I get on to Bitcoin, I get so tired of all these, trolls from their basements. I know I shouldn't let trolls get to me, but sometimes I do let them get to me. So this was my portfolio that I put together yesterday on my first full day of trading. I set up this portfolio going into today. This was what it was at right before market opened. I sent out this tweet at 9:31 a.m. The screenshot was taken a few minutes before market opened. I send up a follow-up email. I guess I don't even have to click the image. That's the image. Yeah, it's too big. I sent a follow-up image. So you can also see some of the stocks that I'm involved in. This is, that's the S&P 500, so that's not a stock. I sent a follow-up. What time did I send this? This was at noon, right around lunchtime. My portfolio from yesterday that I entered into, and it was, this is not even all of them, right? This is like, these are all my positions that were making money, and down there were all my positions that were losing money. You can clearly see that I have a position in NVIDIA that was making $22,000, but it was a hedged position. So there is a big loss over here of something like, I don't know, 21,000 maybe, something like that. The notional on this portfolio is pretty damn big, but this is the cumulative. This is like when you add everything up, when you add up the gains and the losses. I was up 8% on my portfolio around noon, which was just under $4,000. And this was the screenshot right before market closed. I purposely took this screenshot right there at 3:56, 4 minutes before market closed. I took this screenshot maybe like 5 minutes earlier, so you don't have that last candle, which did go higher. And this was the S&P, so that was my portfolio right near market closed. It was up 12%. And over here, I was up really, really big, probably, God, no. So right here, I deleveraged my longs because I felt that the market was going to pull back and pull back hard. There were several reasons for this, and that's why I'm talking about this right now. There were several reasons for this. First of all, I did get this 9, though the 9 wasn't my main selling point. I was paying attention to the 9. But right here, right on this candle, so if this is the 1 p.m. candle, this is the 10:50 candle. So 12:50, sorry. So right around 12:50 Eastern time, I was listening. I had Bloomberg on all day from like 8 a.m. Right after I closed the video this morning, I turned on Bloomberg and I had it running on my laptop because I have no cable or anything like that. And I heard all morning, all I kept hearing is the deal from Congress is imminent. The deal from Congress is imminent. Within the hour, within the hours, within a couple of hours, 1 to 2 hours, it'll happen. And right here, I heard an anchor on Bloomberg say, the deal is looking great. It should be ready within 12 to 24 hours. And I just said, uh-oh. That's not what they've been saying all morning. All morning, they've been saying imminent, next hour, next hour, next hour. And then right here, 12 to 24 hours. So I expected a serious sell-off. And I was already looking to exit some of my long side of the market because I'm both long and short. My portfolio is pretty damn hedged. Not always long and short. Sometimes I, sell covered calls. Like there's a lot of stuff that I do. And right here between the 9 and the change in language on Bloomberg, I exited some of my positions, including I exited being long S&P 500. So here's my exit. It was 241.50. That was the fill. That was the exit that I took. And I took that exit right here. So the price of this is S&P, not SPY, but S&P was around, if I just move this line over, it was like around this price. It was, remember, you got to move the decimal point by 1 and it's off by a tiny bit. So this is where I got out. I got out in the beginning of this candle for multiple reasons. I was also selling a covered call against that position, so I had to get out of the covered call. This is my retirement account. I cannot go short and I cannot sell naked options. They will not let me. There are certain rules in a retirement account. All of these profits are also completely tax-free, like forever, for the rest of my life. This is a Roth IRA. So that means the money that went into this account is after taxes. That means that all the money that I made today, I cannot touch it until I'm 65 years old, but it will be tax-free even then. Like it's tax-free now, it'll be tax-free then. So if I turn this portfolio into $1 million, it'll be a tax-free $1 million when I take it out. We'll see how much $1 million is worth when I'm 65, but that's a different discussion. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to go to Bitcoin right after I finish the S&P. So is the SPX bottom in? I don't think so. I really don't. Now the bill will probably pass. Now, because I exited my longs here, I was more weight to the short side of the market. And therefore, when we were falling, I'm like, holy shit, this is going to be a monster day. I was up like between 15 and 20% right here. And I did not see this rally coming. I did not see a reason for this rally, but the rally did come. So we will see what happens overnight tonight. And the market closed actually at new all-time highs. Not all-time, sorry, the new daily highs. So we're going to go take a look at where it closed, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin from there. People are trickling in. We're up to 700 live viewers. But yes, this is basically my trading day today. It wasn't even that stressful, to be honest with you, because I'm somewhat hedged. It was just like, it wasn't like stressful, but it was exhausting. Let's put it that way. All right, so enough of that. Let's close this. And let's go to glance at the bigger picture of the S&P 500. Also restarted my computer to kind of, was using up a lot of memory. Do you have long-term investments in stocks? I don't at the moment, because remember, I was actually all in cash. Last week, I was 100% cash. So I just started entering positions end of last week and mostly yesterday. So none of these positions are long-term because I don't know what the market's going to do. Right now, I am trading the market short-term. And when this quarantine ends, I will potentially look into long-term. I don't know what that line is, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay. So here's the futures market, and that was a monster candle in the futures. Here's a 10-minute chart of the S&P, which I was watching all day today while trading. There was another donation question. Thank you, Juan. A-Tone, huge fan. Have your TD indicator. It's a little different than TD, but sure. But changed my phone number, lost access. Best way to contact you. Can add me again. I'm assuming you're talking about the Telegram group for those that have access to the sequential. Best way, can you just shoot me an email or use the tonevays.com contact page. Well, ideally, just send me an email from the same email you used to purchase anything from my system, and then I can just look you up in the database. And make sure you just send your TradingView Telegram ID in that email. Okay, so here's that 10-minute SPX chart. This is where I got out, and this is where I already started getting nervous about the market. All right, I can delete these since I tweeted them out. This way I can go to my daily chart, and we can look at the S&P. We can turn on. I have my Fibonacci's turned on. So at the moment, that was clearly a big bullish candle and a green one. Now, just like I said with gold yesterday, I don't like to chase green twos above green ones when they are overextended. Yes, I can miss a rally to new all-time highs. I'll have to get in off the pullback. Okay, I'll have to get in off the pullback. I don't like to chase. Now, because I don't like to chase, it means that I missed the gold entry this morning, and that is absolutely correct. Come on, load. That's the weekly chart on gold. Okay, that's fine. We'll make it daily. I don't know why gold always like moves me all the way to the left side. I don't get it. I don't know. Right. So because I don't like to chase, because I missed my entry on the 9 in the beginning of yesterday, I was not going to chase it and buy the green 2 above a green 1. Am I an idiot? Maybe. I don't think so. You may think so. Oh, Tone, you're an idiot. You could have made so much money. Yes, but I could have lost a lot of money too, right? If you ever saw the movie Rounders, there is an awesome quote in there saying you can't lose what you don't put in the middle. It refers to poker, right? So yes, I missed this green 2 going above a green 1, and it was an even bigger candle. Is it possible that tomorrow S&P is going to have a bigger day than today? Of course, it's possible, but I don't like to chase. And based on what I'm hearing about Spain and the COVID, the coronavirus, and watching what's going to happen in the U.S. in the very near future, I'm still a little nervous that the bottom for the S&P is not in. I'm still waiting for the sequential. I'm still waiting for the 13 off of that 9 here, and we have another 9 we're working with. And we already did a red 2 below, red 1 below a 9. Now, granted, this probably knocks everybody out, but this is reaction to money printing. Is the reaction to money printing going to take us to all-time highs? Only if the economy recovers. But if the country gets more shut down, remember, U.S. hasn't shut down yet like other countries did. If the U.S. gets fully shut down, I don't know. What's the money printing versus a non-moving economy? I don't know. So I'm still not sure that the bottom for the stock market is in. Okay. Let's cover gold and silver, then we'll go to Bitcoin. Don, thank you for your comment and your little donation. Thanks for everything, Tone. Only podcast I listen to, a calm voice in these times of craziness, and you make us laugh. Thank you. I try to make you guys laugh. Here is GBTC. I did not enter GBTC. I did not pay attention to Bitcoin today. We're about to look at those charts together. Silver, I am in the silver trade. Unfortunately, I am not making a lot of money in my silver trade. We can discuss why, but I don't want to spend too much time on it. Silver went up too fast. As crazy as this sounds, because I am an options spread trader, I need to get both direction and time correct. Anyway, and not always, right? So because I'm an options trader, I always need to get more than one thing right. Now, by forcing yourself to get more than one thing right, it makes it very difficult, right? I mean, many people just want to get the direction right, but there's multiple things you can get right. You need to get direction and time right when you trade options, or direction and implied volatility right. I mean, you need to understand options in order to do this, right? So, or you have to get time decay right. So, I mean, you need to get more than one thing right when you do option spread trading. Now, the reason why you make your life more difficult to get more than one thing right is that your positions are a lot less risky. So you, if you get both direction and something else right, you will make a lot of money. But if you screw up, you lose a lot less money. So that's what happened to me in silver. I got the direction ridiculously right because I got in right here at the low on this 9. But I hedged my position that if we went above $14 on silver before the end of this month, I don't make any more money. So the moment silver crossed $14 today, that's it. I'm capped. I'm not making any more money. So if silver like skyrockets to the moon tomorrow, I'm not profiting from that. So I actually need Bitcoin. Sorry, I actually need silver to go back down and stay under $14 for the next few weeks because I didn't think it was going to go up this fast. So I still made money. It's still a profitable trade, but it's not very profitable. It's not as profitable as some of my other trades were. But it becomes profitable if silver, pulls back a little bit or like, consolidates and the volatility slows down. Okay, so that's silver. Oil. I'm eyeing oil. I'm curious how oil did. Oil went up, but not much. I think oil price flipped, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to buy it on a 9. I really wanted to buy oil on a 9 later this week, but I don't think I'm going to get the chance. So I'm going to stay away from oil. All right. Finally, let's go look at Bitcoin. Delayed you guys long enough. Can you not CFD rather than option trade? Those are very different things. Options and CFDs are completely different. Why are politicians shutting down the country? Because they want people to live. Don't they want to make money? Yes, but contrary to many conspiracy theories, many politicians do care about human life, and I kind of agree with them. Okay, look, as always, as with everything, you agree with some and you disagree with the other. If I ran the government, I would mandate that anyone over the age of, say, 50 or someone with not perfect health history has to stay home. Mandate that they stay home. But if you are young, if you are healthy, and if you are willing to take the right protection, then those are the people that could be outside. Those are the people that could be working. Those are the people that could be delivering food to, let's say, and leave them outside someone's door that is elderly, right? So there is a happy medium between shutting down the country and not shutting down the country by shutting down people that are at risk. Because some people are clearly, by now, it should be obvious that some people are more at risk than others. We are not all equal. Contrary to the Communist Manifesto, we are not all equal. We're not, okay? Some people are healthier than others. Some people are younger than others. And because this particular virus affects those people more, those are the people that need to be quarantined, not the young, healthy ones, unless they think that they have it and they can get other people sick. I'm not sure if I have it or not based on the, what I was doing before I landed back in the US. So I am going to stay in quarantine for another, 7-8 days. And then I would feel comfortable going outside because then I know I don't have it. But by then the infection rate in the US could be out of control. So I'm not going to want to go outside for the fear of getting it, even though I think I'd survive it. But I don't really want to go to the hospital to deal with it either. So I also don't have to go outside because I don't have a job. But like if you have a store and you have like young, healthy people that can run that store, I don't see why they can't. That was my little rant on what the government's doing right and what they're doing wrong. Do you check your website mailbox? No, I get those emails. If you use the contact form, I get the emails to my inbox. I kind of check them, but I don't reply to everyone. Tone, what's your age? I'm not young. For OPSEC purposes, I don't like to give away my age. I don't have any hair. How young can I be? Okay, let's talk about Bitcoin. You guys can ask questions all day. I don't want to sell my physical silver. I don't know. I think I got to sell it. I think silver is going to like $5. I got to sell it eventually. I'll turn it into forks. I'm going to bring it to someone, melt it down, and make silverware out of it or something. I don't know. Okay, here's the weekly chart. Nothing's changed. Actually, it looks exactly the same as this morning. So whatever I said this morning, nothing's changed. Look, you are sitting right at resistance. Can it break resistance? I don't know. The weekly chart is bearish in a short trade and bearish according to sequential. But according to the chart patterns, we bounced off of the 200-week moving average. That's bullish. We're holding a Fibonacci line. That's bullish. We never crossed the setup trend line. That's bullish. But we're stuck under very heavy resistance. Can we break this resistance? We'll find out by next week. Nothing more I can say. Daily chart. The BitMEX funding rate is still favoring the bulls. That's good. Here is the daily chart. We are on a 7. We are on a 7 of 9. So I am looking at 2 more days of upside or 2 more days of stagnation. We don't need to go any higher. We're going to get that 9. As long as the price of Bitcoin stays above, 6,100, so 6,200. As long as the price of Bitcoin stays above 6,200 the next 2 days, we're getting a 9. May not be perfected. We need to make a new high to be perfected, but we're going to get that 9. And I would expect a pullback off of that 9 sometime this week, and we will see how big that pullback is. Now, we could also rally into these moving averages. The next level of resistance, if we can break above this line, if we can break above 68.30, my next resistance is a Consensio, these moving averages, the 50, the 128, and the 200. And in about 5 to 6 days, they will all be bearish. You will have the 50 below the 128 the 128 below the 200, and they're all going to be falling. That is not a good sign. That is a pretty bearish sign on the daily chart. Wow, we really fell right into my apex right here. Interesting. What I said this morning, watch my video this morning, guys. I explained my thoughts. Is the low in? I don't want to repeat it. Please go back to this morning's video. Lower level time frames, 12-hour, not interesting. 4-hour. Ooh, 4 hours on a 9. It's not the kind of 9 I'm like screaming to sell. But look at your CMF. Just got crushed. RSI, divergent. You got a little divergence here on the 4-hour RSI. Got a little divergence on the MACD as well. But it's not crossing over yet. So you got to be careful. Clearly divergence within the CMF. So be careful here. It's possible that Bitcoin could turn around tomorrow. If the market turns around tomorrow, and I am not very optimistic of the market tomorrow. I mean, today was one of the biggest, probably the biggest day in stock market history by percentage. So I'm expecting a bit of a pullback tomorrow in the market, which could certainly pull back Bitcoin as well. All right, what else? Hey guys, support. Please support using the affiliate page. Emily, by the way, if anyone's asking where I trade on Interactive Brokers. You can see it right there. And Interactive Brokers also has an affiliate program, but I can't share a link. I have to put your name and your email and your country of domicile, basically the country where you're going to trade from. Now, Interactive Brokers supports like over 100 countries. So from more than half the world, you can trade with them. So it's probably more than 3/4 of the world you can trade with them. So if you also want to support and you're looking to open an account with Interactive Brokers, if you reach out to me and give me your name, your email, and your country of where you're trading from, I can then submit it to Interactive Brokers, and then they email you, and then I would get a referral. So that's another way you guys could support. I should probably have that in here somewhere. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, so you can support this way. The Financial Summit is taking place, and I'll look at your questions in a minute. I'm going to end this stream at the top of the hour, so I'll give you guys like one full hour. The Financial Summit, first week of November. Understanding Bitcoin, first week of October. All right, check those out. I don't know if I want to look at individual stocks because today everything was up except Netflix. So let's look at the live chat. Would you be able to do a show with Willie and both of you guys over Bitcoin charts? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get a hold of Willie, and we'll do a show. The thing is, if I have Willie on a show, everyone is gonna be going nuts over the adaptive capital thing, even though they're the only people that should really comment on adaptive capital are those that had their money in adaptive capital, right? Like if you're not in a hedge fund, if they weren't investing your money, then you know your opinion doesn't really matter. But everyone's gonna give him a hard time, so I don't know if I want to bring him on right now. All right, thoughts on TLT? I don't know. Let's see. I don't have any thoughts. I'm not looking at the chart. Thoughts on TLT? Let's find out. NVIDIA had a monster move today. I was in NVIDIA. Again, hedged position. Beautiful bounce off the 9 right there on NVIDIA. Okay, TLT. I know, I'll just type it in. No thoughts, honestly. It's everything is up right now. You know, the interest rates going down, stock markets are up, money is being printed. I'm more bullish than bearish, but now you're bullish everything, right? Bonds, stocks, precious metals, Bitcoin, commodities. I heard copper had like its best day in forever. Everything is bullish. When you print money, everything is bullish. And yet the dollar did okay today too. So like I'm bullish everything. Here's what I'm bearish. I'm bearish the euro and other foreign currencies and many foreign governments. All right, see what else we got. Tone, did you read Martin Armstrong's latest newsletters? No, I mean I don't have access to his newsletters anymore. And I think Sunday morning I read his blog, and then I meant to read it yesterday, but I got busy in the morning, and then I meant to read it this morning, and I got busy in the morning. So probably later tonight I'm going to catch up on the last 2 days. I'm starting to read them again. At least I'm going to try to, but I haven't read it now. Very interesting possibility for Trump. And seems to be working. Any thoughts on Martin's views on Bitcoin? Look, I've actually personally spoken to Martin Armstrong about Bitcoin back in 2015, 2016, when I was like attending his conferences and stuff like that. And I was at his movie premiere, and if there was a video of him answering questions at his movie premiere, I was the guy that asked him the question about Bitcoin. This is going back to 2014 or 2015, whenever the movie came out, I don't remember. So, and his view on Bitcoin, I don't know if it's changed or not, but just like almost like Nouriel Roubini, he doesn't see the fact that Bitcoin is decentralized. So, or like I think Schiff sees it, but he just doesn't agree with it. So Martin Armstrong always saw Bitcoin as something that the government will eventually control. So he saw Bitcoin as a Trojan horse for a government-controlled global currency. But it's not, right? It's not going to be that. Like government will not control Bitcoin. So how do you explain that to someone that's like 65 plus years old that know the technology, and he's a programmer. How do you explain that? No, the technology of Bitcoin is will not allow it to be a Trojan horse for the government. So until he understands that part, his understanding of Bitcoin will never be accurate. Right. He says they will never allow it because he thinks that the government can turn it off. But the government can't turn it off. And until Martin Armstrong understands that the government can't turn it off, it's like saying the government will never allow the internet. They'll turn it off, but they can't. Hey, Tone, what do you think of the big miners are selling under pressure? You know, I haven't really thought much about the big miners. I don't really have a comment. I don't do wedges, guys. Don't tell me about wedges. I don't do wedges. I don't trade with wedges. If it's a wedge, I don't care. Thoughts on euro? I don't know. I have to look at the chart. Let's see. Effects. Euro USD. Let's see what happened today in Euro USD. I think the euro will go below parity against the dollar. I think this virus is going to hurt the euro more than it'll hurt the dollar. Because look at Italy, and you're about to hear a lot about Spain. Spain is about to get crushed like Italy got with this virus. So I think that if it gets really, really bad in Europe, some of these countries, they may come off the euro. They may be forced to bring back their own currencies. So I am bearish on the euro here. I mean, it's rallying off the 9 on the daily, but I think, look, as crazy as it sounds, the US government is going to have to print like $10 trillion in order to scare people not to hoard dollars or have global demand for dollars. Tone, are you 90% confident the bottom is in? In Bitcoin, I'm about 85% confident the bottom is in. Yeah, someone in the comments says they closed their short on the euro on a 9 and waiting to get back in. Yeah, I would get back in. I would be comfortable with a short euro on a red 2 below a red 1 below the body of this 9 or the shadow of the wick of the 9. It's almost the same thing, right? So if you're crossing below 1.0725 area, well, what's the opening here? The opening is, yeah, 1.0725. If I see a red 2 go below the red 1 as it crosses below 1.0725, I'm comfortable with another euro short. Ten-year bonds being under 1%. I need to start looking into refinancing the house. Everything will go up just like before a giant fall. Everything about, yeah. Tone, appreciate the videos. Can you clarify your time frames? Are you bullish Bitcoin? You are bullish Bitcoin, but also that we are at major resistance and expect a pullback. Do you think we will see sub 5,000 again? That's a good question. Let's go back to, I'll go to the weekly chart. Do I think we will see sub 5,000 again? Ooh. Honestly, I don't think we will see sub 5,000 again. We may come close. We may come down to, say, 5.1, 5.2, but I have to say that with slightly more than 50% confidence level, we will stay above 5,000. Slightly more than 50% confidence. Where is your literature? Does it explain what a perfected 9 and what it look? Well, guys, it's not my literature. So you can go over to tonevays.com. It's totally free. You can go to Learn Trading and in the educational section, and you can start clicking on all these links. This one, this one, this one. Anything that says Tom DeMark, anything that says TD. My version is just a little bit different, but it's 90% similar. I've built on top of it, right? I've made a few changes. And you can get the whole book, right? So if you need to understand what this means, you have to learn how to use Google. I'm sure you're not 95 watching this, so you should know how to use Google and learn things. Please, it's free. So check that out. This is one of my favorite, Bloomberg Market Essentials, technical analysis. This is a presentation about it. Read that. That's the best thing there is. And then if you do decide to learn from me, there is a whole on-demand video. Hey guys, please don't purchase the options. Oh, the options one's gone. Okay. There'll be the options one will be here soon. Please don't purchase it yet. It's almost ready. It'll be up for sale soon. But here, you can, the 4-hour video, it's only 0.05, which is not a lot of money. It's like $300 right now, 350 bucks. You can watch a 4-hour video and learn how I used to trade it. I got 6 minutes to go. Hi, what if US will have more COVID-19 cases than the EU later? It will be really bad for the US. That's not a question, but yes, I agree. Which is why I'm still a little bearish the US markets, but obviously today I made good money going long. Yesterday you said about 50% pullback to low 3,000s. Now 5,000. I don't recall saying that. You may have to, I mean, you can fact check me on it. I do not, I don't recall saying with that I give it a greater than 50% chance that we're going to go to 3,000. That seems very unlikely for me to say. I hope I didn't say it because today the chart of Bitcoin looks identical to yesterday and this morning. So I might have said it by accident. I meant the other way, and I apologize for that. But I find it very difficult that I would say anything different about Bitcoin this morning or yesterday than today, because the chart from those days and today is identical. So everything I said today, right now, should have been identical to what I said this morning, should have been identical to what I said yesterday. Now, the day before yesterday, on Sunday, when Bitcoin was sitting right here at 5,800, I'm sure I would have said something very different, right? When Bitcoin is sitting at 5,800, it's possible I have a greater than 50% probability we're going below 5,000. But with Bitcoin sitting at 6,800, obviously, with every single data point, your view on the market changes. Otherwise, you're not a trader. I don't know what you are. Yesterday, you said Bitcoin can go to 2.8 thousand. Yes, guys, Bitcoin can go to zero. It doesn't mean I expect it to go to zero. There are levels where Bitcoin can go, and then there are probabilities and percent chance that I think that it could go to X. Bitcoin can go to $1 billion tomorrow. Bitcoin can also go to zero. I don't think it can go to negative, but unless you get sued and you lose money by Bitcoin going to zero, maybe for you, Bitcoin can go to negative. Don't confuse Bitcoin's possibility of going somewhere with the probability that it will. Tone, does your lessons, trading options, education stay with you for lifetime? Maybe. So the videos are on YouTube. So as long as YouTube doesn't delete it, and as long as, I don't get banned from YouTube, you will have access to it, right? So you'll have access to the video on YouTube. I actually have it downloaded locally as well. So yeah, I don't deprive you of rewatching this video in 5 years. So it's on YouTube. It's not publicly available on YouTube. But yes, when you purchase one of these videos, you can watch it as, for the rest of your life or for the rest of YouTube's life. Why did you shave your head? Oh, beard. Sorry. Why did I shave my? I wanted to give my skin a break. I'm not going anywhere, right? Like I like being clean shaven. I just don't like having a shaved head, and I just don't like having any hair. I don't like having no hair on my head. But if I'm not seeing anybody in person, I wanted to give my skin a break, so I'm clean shaven. I'll go back to the beard once I can leave the house again. If the US shuts down like some EU countries, do you see a major pullback in Bitcoin? Maybe. It depends. It depends on how the equity markets behave, and it depends on how the Bitcoin markets behave. Like it's not, there's no reason to project that far ahead. There just isn't, right? We're taking it one candle at a time. One candle at a time, guys. Can you look at Daimler? Yeah, I guess. I actually don't mind looking at stocks I don't normally look at. Ooh, wow. Nice. Good pop today. Damn, this thing's got beaten up. I would not have been in this trade because the 9 wasn't here. So if I would have entered on this 9, I would have taken out my stop loss and I would have been on the sidelines. I mean, it looks good. I have no comment. Like, I don't really know what you want me to say. It's not low enough. It's not like, for example, a $22 stock can go a lot lower. It's hard for, say, GoPro or Tilray, which is why I'm in those stocks. It's kind of hard for, where is it? It's kind of hard for, say, GoPro to go lower. I just saw it. There. It's kind of hard for GoPro to go lower, which is why, you know, I was happy to start getting into this off the 9. It's also hard for, what was the other one? Tilray. It's hard for Tilray to go lower, which is why I was getting in off the 9. But I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. You know, I never got into this. Maybe a green 2 above a green 1 will finally do it. But today was the big day. You know, today was the day to make money off the longs. Tomorrow, I'm more skeptical. Yes, I'm aware I look better with a shaved head. That's why it's still shaved. I don't have any tips for a healthy beard, guys. I'm new to the whole beard thing. Good entry for Uber for the long term. Oh, yesterday, this morning. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Maybe the market will pull back further and there'll be a better entry, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good entry for you for the long term. Wait for a pullback. I still think markets can go lower. Still think markets can go lower. All right, guys, I need to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I've been trading all day. Thank you so much for watching. Please support with affiliate codes. It doesn't cost you anything to do so. And thank you again for watching. And I think we're going to try and do a Bitcoin brief tomorrow morning with Giacomo and Jimmy. I'll do my best. And I will talk to you all on the next one. Stay safe. And I am remaining in my quarantine. Oh, man, I forgot to change. Hold on. Today is, started Saturday. Damn, today is day 4. Shoot. Visual background. I missed one. Hold on. I need a new image. Add image. I have to be consistent here. Boom. Day 4. We're on day 4. We're on day 4 of quarantine. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.